move it. Had to move it. I can't wait to talk about Faith No More. But, all right, well, hey, let's talk about some stuff that we've been listening to.
Well, Chris, you brought up before about Eddie Vedder not writing the lyrics. And then I watched a little bit of video yesterday of Michael Anthony saying something about how David Lee Roth would just sing gibberish.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then people would just say it was lyrics, or they would tell the record company, oh, these are lyrics, when that's not really at all what he's saying. And obviously you can tell when you hear the song.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of that goes on.
Did you see the clip of him just this week of him singing Hot
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
my God. Like,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
just stop, Dave.
Singing
Like,
Hot for
come on, Dave. Give me a break. Like, fuck.
The
Well,
subreddit,
that's the whole thing.
yeah.
All right, guys, say give me a break.
Give me a break, Dave. No, and I don't know if you guys ever go on Reddit, but the subreddit r/Van Halen is one of the worst fucking subreddits because they still have the Sammy versus Dave thing. Sammy versus
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on that.
Now the irony is you have Sammy who can still sing. Yes, he's singing a step down, but he's still fucking singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 78 almost, right?
Right.
And Dave is. He's not even saying, he hasn't been singing the lyrics since 2008. I saw the band in 2008, he sounded good. 2012, they were fucking awful. He was just speaking the lyrics. That's all I've heard. And now he can barely even speak the lyrics. That's all I've said. He's still better than Vince Neil. So, I mean, that's one thing I wanted to bring up with you guys. At what point does a band quit? Because you have some bands who do it right, like Zeppelin. They went out when their drummer passed away. You have the Police who went out when they're on top of the world and they said, we've done everything we wanted to do. We're done. And then you have some bands, like a lot of 70s and 80s bands, now rock bands, that just continue on, like Foreigner, who has no original members left, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, at what point, and I get it, trust me, as a musician who still wishes he could play live and my band was to be together, I get why these guys keep doing this. I really do, because they just do it because they fucking love it. That's all they know. I get why Dave is doing it. He's awful at it right now, and he won't be any good at it anymore, but I get why. But at what point do you think a band should stop?
Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, when I was younger, I would have said, when they start to be awful. But now I'm like, whatever, let them do whatever they want. If I don't want to see them or listen to them, I won't. You know what I mean? Like, It's almost like they probably should, but who am I to fucking say that?
Exactly.
That's the way I think, right? Like, and
I think
obviously somebody's paying to go see them because they're
that's
recording.
the thing. You got to be a little more. I think people should be a little more
Yeah.
selective of what they're going to see, right?
Well, and that's what I brought up in the last episode of Queued Up is who would you pay for, for this stuff. And
Right.
to
Right.
kind
And
of
how much?
pigtail what he's talking about. At what point do you stop paying? Because Motley Crue is still selling out arenas. And it's not even them playing. The one person that should be the backing track is not.
Which is hilarious to me. It's like, really? He's the one that should be canned, and he's not.
Right.
And people by canned, I mean taped, singing to tape.
I mean, if people are buying tickets, go ahead, but I'm not going to spend money on that.
No.
So Oasis was in town, and from by all accounts, I talked to somebody the next morning, and she went, and she's like 18, and she's like, they blew me away. They were amazing.
Awesome.
And when I was looking at resale tickets for the next night, it was they were really what I thought reasonable. $250 Canadian was really reasonable. But I'm still not willing to pay that for them, and they're sounding good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I have friends
I
that
can't
went
believe people will still pay to go see David Lee Roth and think he's going to be good.
Oh God.
Well, like I said, the last two times I saw him were, like I said, 2008, 2012. 2008, he was good. 2012, the band was good. He was awful. And that was 13 years ago. I can't imagine now paying any kind of money to see Dave. I mean, I saw Sammy Hagar last year, and he was amazing. I would still pay that $125, $150, whatever I paid, to see him again in an outdoor venue, singing the songs he sings, and then Mikey sings his couple songs, right?
Yeah.
Because they still try to be good.
There's a guy here, think Katie hates him, Kim Mitchell.
Yep.
Christy was at a Scottish festival a couple weeks ago, and he was like the entertainment for the Saturday night. I think it was $60 or $75 a ticket. She didn't know his music because she's not from here, and he's Canadian, and he would have like run around. But she said he was really good still, and I would pay $60, $75.
I'd pay $60 to see Kim for sure.
Right. like
Well,
something like that. And he's like what, 15, 20 years older than us?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
well, going back to the DLR statement that Joe brought up, when he released his was it 25 date tour, the Illinois State Fair, which is down at the Capitol, which 4 hours away, Springfield, it was it's like $190 a ticket after all the fees, $250 and a 4 hour drive. I'm like, she said, "Do you want to go? Do you want to go?" She got excited for me because I was like, "Oh my God, he's touring." No,
No, right.
Not at all.
no,
No,
no.
thanks.
Then he ended up playing one of how the whole casinos thing. That's a whole new tour avenue for bands.
A lot of them.
It was like 2 hours away, just like right at the border of Illinois and Indiana. You want to go to that? No.
No. Yeah.
No. I guess it's not worth it if you're not going to put $200 worth of entertainment into my ticket. I don't want to see you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
If you're not going to put $50 of entertainment into my ticket, I don't want to see you.
I'll tell you, like my job would tell me, if I'm not competent at what I do, then I should not be paid.
Right.
Just saying. So if I was bad at my jobs, doing what I do, I would not have a job.
Yeah, if I can't fix an air conditioner, I would not be employed.
Like Chris was saying, it's on them. I'm not telling them they should quit. I'm just saying I'm not going to pay for
Right.
that. I'm sure some people want to see from nostalgia. I get it. And
I think that's it, right? It's nostalgia. That's why people go to a lot of these older bands.
I can't fathom seeing somebody who.
Well, you see all the people crying at the Oasis concert. That was because of the nostalgia of the music, right? Like,
Right.
Right. But
And the clips I saw, I had a couple buddies that went. In the clips I saw, they sounded pretty good.
Oh yeah, I can see them being good. I mean, again, they're a band. I think they would not go on tour unless it's.
I don't like them, but they sounded.
But they're
good.
also not a high energy band. I mean,
correct.
Maybe they are.
They're
but
not.
My perception is, they're not going to be running around and pyrotechnics and.
If they're running out because the brothers are fighting.
Right. Arm's length away. No, I do like some of that stuff. That Champagne Supernova and. What's the other big song from that album?
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall. I do like that song, and I liked it when it came out, but I mean, I didn't buy the album, and I probably wouldn't have gone to see them, but I did enjoy those two songs.
Noel has some really good solo stuff that I really like.
It's Noel and
Semisonic is the album that I really like. That song, and it's a little more high energy than, But
yeah, see. My perception of them is that two songs. So when I say not high energy,
like cigarettes and alcohol,
that
would be more high energy. That's like the crowd gets energized for that one. So one of the funny things I saw online was like what I witnessed at the first night of Oasis, and it's like, 17 people throwing up. So some of this was like 12 fights, like.
Really?
Like, wow. All
right. The brother's anger is bleeding into the crowd.
Not on stage.
Was it excess there?
Right?
Right.
Oh.
Was that a Dokken concert?
It's funny. Ever since we did that show, Elegantly Wasted, that song shows up on my playlist and my wife's playlist all the time. When you just do random, to the point where my wife's like, "I like this song. Now I'm sick of it."
My YouTube algorithm is sexually confused now.
Whoa.
As it should be.
It goes from my dark and brooding fucking new metal shit to Elegantly Wasted. It doesn't change.
Right.
But my phone listens to this episode or our podcast, and it really fucks with my algorithm.
I mean, what have you guys been listening to lately?
Oh, Dink, do you know the Temper Trap?
No.
They're an Australian-based band. They're an indie folk
what?
band, but they have a new release called Lucky Dimes that I've been listening to. I don't know much about any of their other stuff, but check it out. It's kind of like a funky.
Temper Trap, it's called?
Funky Cold Medina.
Temper Trap is the name of the band, and Lucky Dimes is the name of their latest release.
Okay.
Um,
Wrote that down.
they've been around since 2005. They've got a big. They've had stuff on the ARIA Music Awards, which is the Australian awards, apparently.
Nice.
All over the UK charts. I've been listening to them, and then I got to tell you about this band. So on my suggested music, I've only listened to 2 songs from this band. They have a new release. The new release is called Manny's Ready to Go. Manny's Ready to Roll. And the reason it stuck out to me, this is the name of the band. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets.
I love it. I fucking love
And they have the other song I listened to is Found God in a Tomato.
What
And that song, Found God in a Tomato, has 15 million fucking streams on Spotify. Again, Australian-based band, but British guys that started it.
what kind of
I
music
know
is
nothing more about the band. I know about those 2 songs. I'm really digging those 2 songs.
Oh, I'll check it out.
The Manny's Ready to Roll has kind of almost a Stone Roses feel to it, or
Nice.
Fontaine's DC, like I talked about before, like that kind of feel.
Yeah, they are the psychedelic porn crumpets. That's fucking.
That name jumped out to me, man. Like I couldn't fucking.
How'd you find these guys?
So, new releases and suggested listening on Spotify.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really good for that shit, right? Like stuff that's in your realm or in your.
Wheelhouse.
Apple Music. I think we talked about previously, but Apple Music sucks at that.
So I had a whole bunch, but those were the ones that jumped out at me. Oh, and Black Keys had a new album released on August 8th, and the single is A Little Too High, and it's I really like the Black Keys.
Me too.
I was never a big fan, but
This song, you know what? So when I was listening to the song, this is going to sound weird, but you guys are the same age group. We all watched Scooby-Doo cartoons at one point in our
Absolutely.
lives.
Of course, yes.
And you know, when they would have like a musical, like Kiss was on or somebody else, they'd have a band on, and then there'd be a video montage of them chasing or getting chased with that band's music. This song by the Black Keys, in my head, I could see it being used in one of those episodes. Just really
sounds like the Foo Fighters to me.
right? Like, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Can I be honest with you? I know I have a hard time doing that, and I hope he sees this. I doubt he will. But I could seriously punch Patrick Carney in the fucking throat. Because that dude, first of all, I can't fucking stand him. I mean, he said a few years ago, like, "Oh, this is our sound." And I was like, "There's a band called Trampled by Turtles that had a couple of small hits." And like, "Oh, they stole our sound." Like, dude, they've been around for fucking 10 years. You don't have a sound anybody can steal. What the fuck are you talking about, you pompous prick? Ever since then, I want to punch him in the fucking throat. Plus, he has that punch me face. He has a serious punch me.
He has a punch me face, but I like him.
Yeah.
Joe?
And then I listened to the new Chevelle album, which is awesome.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, new Chevelle album's awesome.
There's 2 new releases this week that I haven't had a chance to hear one fucking song from. It's Chevelle and Deftones.
Deftones are the one. I heard the single. Yeah.
I've listened to Milk of the Madonna and the Deftones song. It's classic Deftones to me.
Yeah.
It's very
I
good.
listen to the whole album. It's all kind of with a bit of a different spin, but very, very classic Deftones, some of it.
The Chevelle album, the first single I can't think of right now, and number 4, Hallucination, stood out to me. But there's one about, Dink and I talked about it, Jim Jones. It's about the Jonestown massacre.
You
Right.
and I were talking about that earlier.
Which that was not on my bingo card, but that song's pretty good. The lyrics are obviously,
Yeah.
Oh, and, I wish I could remember the first single. Pale Horse. That's another one from that Chevelle album. So very Chevelle sounding, but shorter songs. Like no real. Sometimes they would do like 10, 15 minute songs, a lot like Tool, right?
As your albums have shorter songs.
Yeah, and there's only 9 songs on the album. They signed with a new record company. They're working with some new people, but it's still the same sound, same singer. And I agree with Dink. I love their sound.
Yeah,
And it's funny.
I do too.
I was playing it at work, just kind of in the background, and a guy came in, one of my coworkers, and he's not hugely into music, but we were talking about music a little bit, and I said something. This is a new album by Chevelle, and he goes, "That's weird." He goes, "I thought it was Tool."
Go back to the Tool episode. Check that out.
Go figure, right? Like,
Right. But I highly suggest all of those songs and bands that I just talked about.
Nice. I wrote down the Temper Trap and the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets.
That one.
Such a fucking good name.
Just on the name alone, I'm like, I got to check this shit out. And that Manny's got a roll, ready to roll. I don't know. There's just something about that song. I didn't even really check the lyrics.
I was going ahead on one of our lists. This is a sneak peek, but we're going to be doing a 1997 episode. And there is a group of musicians that put together Metallica doing Beatles songs, and it's called Sergeant Hetfield's Motor Breath Pub Band.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
And it was a late 90s thing, apparently.
I missed that.
Wow.
I saw the name, so I did a dive, and
Yeah.
it's exactly what you think it is.
Nice.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Your own
Yeah.
But,
To each his own.
it's just
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's like a kind of a Dropkick Murphy feel.
Oh, nice.
Also
Dropkick Murphy.
Hetfield, also Beatles. So check it out. Sergeant Hetfield's Motor Breath Pub
And
Band.
was that a one-off? That couldn't have been a long.
As far as I know, it's only one album.
Wow.
So yeah, it's comical, but it has its assertions,
Right.
So yeah, I
appreciate any band with a great name like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everyone knows that we record ahead of time. And one of the upcoming episodes is favorite lyrics. So I spent the last 2 weeks doing such a dive that I probably need some Prozac. I didn't listen to anything outside of any lyrical content, so nothing new as far as new music and stuff like that. But I did a bunch of crazy deep dives and found this one really cool song. I posted it in our Stream of Consciousness chat. It's Jesse's Girl Part 2. And it's Coheed and Cambria co-wrote with Rick Springfield.
With Rick, right.
What happened after Jesse's Girl.
Wow.
But it turns out it was written for a horror show called Jesse's Girl Part 2. But it's so comical, and it sounds like a modern telling of Jesse's Girl, but I love it. I watched it I think 9 or 10 times in a row, and I played it for Jenny, and she's like, I like this. And Rick Springfield, he does more than a cameo in the video. He's a bartender.
Right.
And he's watching his now wife just be absurd and out of control, and they're married, they have a mortgage, and they have kids, and he hates her, and it's kind of a whore, and he just hates her. And then there's a breakdown, and he sings the whole breakdown, and I'm like, I love this. I saw Rick Springfield over the summer at Summerfest, and I love Rick Springfield. His show was like a rock show, like a metal show.
You were saying it before, yeah.
High energy, and like the mix was more of a metal show, like heavy bass, heavy drums. It wasn't a pop savvy sound, and it made me love him even more. So
He still sounds good. He looks incredible for 76.
And he looks great. He looks fantastic.
We can all hope to aspire to look like that at 76.
I watched part of it, but I was at work. I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Go back and watch it because you missed the Rick Springfield part, and it's from 2020. So it's
is it that old? I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah. So I love it. I plan on putting that into my mix as often as I can because
I love
first
Rick
of all,
Springfield.
I love Coheed and Cambria. They're more prog than they are metal.
I don't know
You don't know
anything
them that
about
well,
I got to be
either.
honest. I don't know them really at all.
Yeah, they have a bunch of stuff. Nice Shot was one of their big songs.
Yeah.
The Dark Side of Me, which is more of a brooding metal slow song.
Only reason I know him is a staffer on the Stern Show is a big fan, and he would talk about going to their shows all the fucking time.
They got some.
He was talking about wearing a fucking thing on his leg so he wouldn't have to go to the washroom while they're on stage, so he could piss into a bottle on his leg.
Jesus Christ.
That's how diehard of a fan he was.
Three-piece too. So they have like this just crazy big huge Sonic Foundation. I love them so much, and he's also kind of got that Getty voice, so it's appetizable if that's even a word. With the Rush, the Sonic voice.
Antique it in.
Antique that shit in. But yeah, Coheed and Cambria. I went down a rabbit hole because of that video, but I mostly stayed on that video.
Nice.
Check it out.
So, does he actually play or sing in the song, or what?
Yeah, he co-wrote the song.
But does he actually sing or play on the song, or?
In the song, I believe he's playing a equal guitar main riff, because the main riff is very Jesse's Girl. It's almost deconstructed Jesse's Girl to a modern sound. Nice. But he also does the backup vocals, and then he has that one big major lead.
Yeah, okay.
By the way, did you see, on a bit of a different subject, I just thought of it, Richard Marx talking about how he sang the backup vocals for All Night Long with Lionel Richie when he was a teenager?
I heard that over the weekend on 80s on 8.
I saw a video clip of him talking. He's like, hear that? That's me. He's driving his car.
He's in the car? That's me.
Yeah. You saw that? Yeah. That's me. I think he's driving a fucking Bentley or something too, it looks like.
Right. That's
Richard Marx has like 200 songs to his.
He's got a huge credit.
Before he went solo, because he was a singer-songwriter. Dick Marks, as Dink likes to call him.
Yeah, Dick Marks.
Love him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say I love him, but I think it's awesome that he has that huge resume that I never knew about until probably in the last couple years.
I say I love him because I've seen him in a bunch of interviews, especially in the last couple of years, and I like his attitude. I like the way he talks.
Yeah, he's likable for sure.
Yeah, he's very likable. I like him a lot too.
So I like his music on top of I'm not a huge diehard fan, but I just like him.
Motherfucker looks really good. Fucking 61 too. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're 61.
Right.
And he looks way younger.
No, yeah.
Right.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah. He's a really good talent. Like I said, he wrote hundreds of songs that were. He could have retired before he became an artist.
Easily. Like I said, he's got like 200 songs to his credit.
Yeah, that's why he's driving Bentley.
Yeah,
Right.
He does a really good interview with George Stropalamus from online that I watched. It was really good, really well. And he talks about present pop music and what he thinks of it and who he thinks is good. And
yeah, those are always great to hear, like who old artists that were in that genre, who they like now and who they think's got it, and I enjoy that shit.
He wrote what 2 or 3 songs, just hits alone, just for Kenny Rogers. I mean,
I didn't know
really?
that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. Wow.
What About Me, Crazy. Yeah, he wrote everything from pop hits to country hits.
I don't like bringing it up, but Dink, did you have any country music lyrics on your list?
I thought I was going to get some Chris Stapleton.
For the lyric show, I thought of it, right? Like there's some terrible country lyrics, and then there's some really good stuff, right? So yeah. I don't know. I think my 4, when we did the lyric show, my 4 were so easy. Like those kind of like, dang, those are them. And then I had 3 or 4 or 5 extras that I considered. And like I said, I stayed away from listening to other shit to not sway me from the 4 that I kind of just immediately, these songs have always stuck out for the message or for the lyrics themselves. And I'm just going to go with that. That's why when you guys were like in our chat, like I'm struggling. I just got to get the notes together. I got my fucking songs.
I even was
not fucking changing them.
Yeah. I even listened to some Sleep Token lyrics. I was actually like that recent of stuff.
Caramel was on my list. But going to what you're talking about, this sounds like an insult, okay? I'm prefacing. It sounds like an insult, but it's not.
Can't wait.
Okay? So I am completely jealous of your musical autism.
Yep.
Because you have this throw a dart, that's it. Yeah. That's where it is. That's where it lands, and I am in. Yeah. I can't actually I can't even think of the fucking word. I can't commit like you have committed to your list.
The thing is with the commitment is that my wife has said it, and we've joked about it with this show, and maybe other people are some of our watchers. We could pick any fucking 4 songs, any top we could do. No one watching or listening is ever going to know if those are our true songs. But we struggle, or you guys struggled with the lyrics one. I think we struggle because we definitely try to be true to ourselves and make sure that they are as close to accurate as possible. And and what you said, my dart is always like, okay, that's it.
Absolutely.
Like I've yet to really have a struggle. There's been a few topics we've done where I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, even then,
I thought it was going to be easy because when you first brought it up, I said, "Oh, I've got songs in my head." But then what happened when I tried to get them out? It was like the way I was trying to explain it to somebody was, it's like I had all these things all of a sudden go into my head, and I couldn't get them out because they're jammed there.
Right, I didn't let anything in. No one
can't even think of it now. What was that? Oh my god! You know what I mean? Like
I mentally had a mouth of peanut butter, and I couldn't.
Yeah. That's a really good description. That's exactly. I was like, I probably had a look in my face like I was trying to take a shit or something. Like, fuck, right? Like,
I will say this: the 30 some odd episodes in, I don't think anyone's ever phoned it in or like half-assed it.
No.
I'll put.
That's not my nature.
I've done what Jimmy's done tonight. I've changed it on the fly while somebody's talking. I'm like, no, I'm going to switch this, and I've done it. And then I've done the research real quick, and then fucking done it.
Yeah.
Luckily I had the research preloaded on that because it had been on
I do that
many of my several lists.
By the way, Dink reminded me. I actually just came up with a great idea, Jimmy. Put this down for the list. Favorite awful lyrics. Favorite bad lyrics.
There's a version of that already, but
okay,
bad lyrics. Oh shit.
Favorite bad lyrics, not just bad lyrics. Your favorite bad lyrics.
I think you're trying to fucking kill me.
Right.
No, that's Saturday.
The thing is, until we start, like lately, as far as what we've been listening to, other than stuff that we're researching for the topics, I've been listening to new stuff. Like I've been trying to listen to new stuff. I usually do every year. It's getting later in the year, so because I used to do these lists on Facebook. And I don't know if I'm going to do one this year because I haven't been keeping a very good folder. I used to drop songs.
Yeah, you would all the time
into a folder or on Spotify. I would make a playlist of just mumbo jumbo and then rank them all based on genre or whatever, right? And then show them to everyone, and 2 people cared. But it was just like my kind of like we do with this show here. My recommendations. Here's my top 50 pop songs, or just my faves, right? But I haven't been keeping a very good track this year because I'm so preoccupied with what we do. But I have been trying to make a conscientious effort to listen to new stuff lately, other than our shows.
Right. And by his shows, people, he means not only our weekly show, but we also have now a weekly news show that drops on Mondays. And, of course, you're watching the monthly show. So more and more content for everybody.
Yeah, more just rank. But no, I've been listening to and I keep going back to this. I don't know what it is. I have a thing for Southern bluesy rock. Right.
So I was going to mention the Dirty Honey list that you sent.
Yeah. So I found 2 other bands that are kind of like them that I've been listening to.
Hit me.
One is Retrograde.
Oh yeah.
They're like kind of like I wrote down like Skinner meets the Black Crowes with a bit of Kings of Leon feel. The singer's voice has a tiny smell of Lenny Kravitz. Like they're from Florida, right? They're a Tallahassee band with a Southern blues rock feel, and like I like that shit. So
I don't know if I like my music to smell like Lenny Kravitz.
Well, it smells like, and I heard supposedly rumors have it Lenny really smells because he doesn't wear deodorant. So, but anyway, I didn't even mean that. But
what's the other one? Retrograde. What's the other one?
Well, anyway, That's the Spirit is the album by Retrograde. Came out in the summer last year. The tune I really like is If 6 Was 4, and Next to You is a good one too. They're bluesy, ballady, kind of my flavor.
Right up your alley, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, chill type music on a Sunday. The other band is called The Band Feel.
The Band Feel, Feel.
Yeah. Call It What You Will and Goodbye Virginia are both from their self-titled album from last year. And they're from St. Louis. They're not even from the fucking South. But they have a Zeppelin feel or like Dirty Honey kind of.
I'm gonna like it.
or Zeppelin meets the Black Crowes again. So it's that same kind of thing for me. I know the singer's voice. I had to look the guy's name up because they're not that well known.
Yeah.
Garrett Marcus is the guy's name, but I love his voice. Like that's just that and another band I'll mention after you guys talk. But those are the two I've been kind of digging lately, right? And I'm sure if anyone else was around, they'd be like, "What is this?" or "Who's this?" Because it sounds familiar, but you don't know who the fuck it is because I didn't know these guys. I think one of them I might have even saw on Instagram or Facebook, right? So one of their ads came up, which was smart on their part, and I was like, "What's that?" And did a dive, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Like that's it for that style of music. But that's just me. I seem to flock back to that, and I like the growly or the dirtiness of it. But then I always kind of like, because of me, I sway to their ballady acoustic. Yeah. It's borderline country, but it's like I said, Skinner meets the Crows, right? Like,
let me cross it off now.
Yeah, I figured you're gonna say that. But no, like Dirty Honey. If you like Dirty Honey, I found them very kind of similar kind of sound, right? Zeppelin-esque, but modern and different and dirtier.
You talk about country. I'm oblivious to modern country. I grew up with Waylon and Willie and all Alabama and all that stuff. That was
baby, that mountain music.
Yeah,
Oak Ridge Boys.
All that stuff. I love it. Yeah. But
Idiot.
In my in the office at work, the four ladies that work in there play pretty calm music. But every once in a while they'll throw something on. A lot of times it's a lot of country stuff. But I walked in, I'm like, "Oh, you're listening to metal. This is awesome." They're like, "No, this is country." I'm like, "No, this is fucking metal." I'm like, "Who is it?" Hardy. Are you familiar with Hardy?
Awesome. Hardy's awesome.
I was kind of digging on that.
Yeah, heavy country like that is.
Yeah, so I threw it in the old tubers. And there's a couple cool songs in there.
Yeah, actually, it was our buddy Ian that turned me on to Hardy when he was out here in 2023.
Really?
Have you heard this song? And the song's called Jack, which is my son's name. It's fucking awesome. And it's like from 2022 or 2023, but he's got some real metally grit for country.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's kind of like a Linkin Park kind of feel to some of
right.
it. Not quite like Slipknot or anything, but there's some heavy guitars, drop D tuning, and some modern drumming styles and stuff. So I was kind of impressed with it. I didn't go much further than that one day of the dive. In fact, I forgot about it until this conversation, which is going to cause me to go back and check it out. But I was kind of impressed. In that moment, I heard maybe 2 songs.
Yeah, no, it's for you, Don country likers. That is definitely that's bridge music. There, you'll never get to if you don't like country, you don't like country.
Yeah,
but that's your in between. Chris Stapleton's probably next closest in between, but he's still twang, right? Like he's still.
But I'm familiar with 1 or 2 songs, and he's got a fucking amazing voice.
Yeah. And anything after that, when you get farther into country, it's almost radio pop nowadays. Like some of it is like, and it's like Joe said, it's the way they sing, right? And they all sound the same.
Yeah.
And it's not even country. It's not what we all grew up on. That's for sure.
I would rather listen to what we grew up on, I think.
Yeah, I flock back to some of the older stuff myself, right?
Like Willie Nelson and actually, even I would argue some Garth Brooks from like when we were.
Yeah, I like the '90s country. Some of it's good. Like I liked early Shania.
You're getting out of line there. That's too much.
Oh, I love Garth. Yeah.
The Dance should have been on my list for lyrics.
Yeah. Garth has great
your mouth.
One of the 2 country songs I do like. Yeah.
Chris, this is what I say to you.
No, I'm all for. I'm right behind Chris. Not too close behind.
I mean, you put in our chat.
Not now, but
not since '96.
You put in our chat the other day that 83 million people couldn't be wrong. Garth Brooks is one of the best-selling artists of all times. Hence my top 8 several episodes ago of the greatest top-selling albums of all time.
Right.
I was going to say, living where I do in the United States, I know 80 million people could be wrong.
Well, that was my response.
Well, and have you seen the
remember.
Tom Segura thing with Garth Brooks? He thinks Garth Brooks was a serial killer. Where are the bodies, Garth? Where are the bodies?
Oh yeah.
When he's doing his world tour, that there was like serial killings going on. And Garth Brooks is like pissed off.
Did you
at Tom
imagine?
Segura.
Holy shit!
Well, there's a stand-up
Garth,
comedian.
the Green River Killer.
There's a stand-up comedian that got that ball rolling. Tom
Segura.
Segura.
Yeah,
And he talks about it on stage all the time. He's like, and Garth Brooks,
and on his podcast, and
yeah,
and then so apparently he used to be a huge Garth Brooks fan.
It got to the point where there was a cease and desist ordered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then Tom broke his arm playing
involved.
basketball, and apparently somebody showed Garth Brooks the video, and he was laughing at it. And then it got back to Tom, and then there's another thing about that. Fucking
Right.
back and forth. It's turned into this big fucking drama thing that's hilarious.
So they have a 2-year battle, I guess.
That's funny. Joe, what are you listening to?
Just recently, I think I messaged you guys probably a couple weeks ago about I'm late to the party. This one, the band the duo called the Rue, which is Chris DeGarmo from Queensryche.
That's him and his daughter.
Him and his daughter, yeah. I mean,
yes.
This was a thing. I don't even know how I found him, but I found a love song from those two. I'm like, this is fucking beautiful. I'm like, wait, this guy looks familiar. I'm like, oh, that's Chris DeGarmo.
Yeah.
What is
So
it
when he
called?
he's right, this is what he were focused on. He focused on a duo with his daughter, Riley.
What are they called?
The Rue, R-E.
Yeah, I think I wrote it down when you sent it, and then like
I mean, they got songs going back to 2015. They just had a song.
I never went to it. Right.
So they're still working on stuff. But it's so good, man. It's so fucking good.
She's got a great voice.
She's got a tremendous voice. Well, yeah. I mean, imagine if she's musical, being from
Yeah, no shit. The stuff that she saw as a kid, right? Like,
Yeah.
And one thing I'll say, but nice thing about having older kids. My kids are 30 and 34. I'm fucking old. I think you're not too far behind me, but
no, 30 and 34 though. Shit.
That's fucking old.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. But my son has both my kids have great taste in music. My daughter's always been very eclectic, but my son recently got me into just a couple of days ago the XX, which I've known about for a while, but I never really dug into. But they're good, so I've been doing a deep dive on the XX.
Yeah.
21 Pilots we don't talk to about a lot on this show. We probably should, just because for those two guys are fucking. They're very fucking talented.
Good song.
Well, the main songwriter, he's my kids are all three of them. Well, my oldest has probably moved on past that, but my kids are big 21 Pilot fans.
Well, and we highlighted on last week on Just Rank Music News. Last week they released a new single, "The Drum Show." Dude, it's so fucking good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's heavy.
Yes, it is. Well,
yeah, it's kind of heavy, right? I thought that too.
Well, and that's the nice thing is about 21 Pilots. I've always told my son, because my son's been he's been fans of theirs since I think they were in existence. But they're so eclectic. I mean, you're talking about I love eclectic bands. They can do anything that's really fucking poppy. They can do rap. They can do fucking metal.
Yep.
It's amazing what those guys will pump out. But yeah, so those are the three things I've been really listening to the last couple weeks.
I can't believe you brought up the XX. I haven't even thought of them for years.
I didn't even know about them. My son's like, you know them. I know he played the song, and it's like, oh yeah, I do know the song.
Crystallized?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah. Crystallized?
Crystallized. Yeah, I loved that song. Like,
That's
shit, I totally forgot all about it.
I'm oblivious.
Yeah, so I think you like him, Jimmy.
I wrote it down.
So Angels is the song. He's like, oh yeah, I do know this song.
Wait, what was the name of that song?
Angels.
Crystallized.
Oh, I heard something different.
Anals?
Anals? Here was Anals.
That's a different song.
Hey, Dad, you listen to a song called The Anals.
Right.
Crystallized has 319 million streams.
Oh, it's so good. I remember when a buddy turned me onto that when I was in Kitchener years ago. Like, that was like, what year did that come out? 09?
Crystallized? Yeah, I believe so.
09. Bang.
And
that's that autism, brother.
Oh shit. For me, it's not when it was released. It was when I was listening to it and hanging with him.
Everything. I'm fucking jealous. I can't remember what I fucking did last week.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what I had for dinner.
And a classic album I've been listening to again. You guys know I'm a big Beatles fan, so I've been listening to Flaming Pie, the album Flaming Pie by Paul McCartney a lot lately.
Wow.
Okay.
I can honestly say, and I think that Jimmy, I think it was maybe you, somebody else in this foursome, I never listened to the Beatles.
Me neither.
Maybe a little bit of Paul. Never listened to John. Maybe a little bit of George, but hardly ever listen to Beatles. And if
George
they're
I
on,
listened to is usually with the Traveling Wilburys.
yeah, but I never flock to the Beatles. If they're on, I won't turn them off unless I really dislike the song. But
no, I'm the same. I'm exactly.
But to put an actual album on, that's cool.
No, and then, yeah, I love Paul McCartney solo stuff, but just in fact, the other day, just randomly, my YouTube popped up a video going, "Here's back in 1969 when the rumor came around that Paul was dead, right?"
Right. The marathon.
11 or 12. He didn't believe it because he asked me about this thing. I'm like, I told him, he goes, "This is the thing. Paul was dead. Is that people thought Paul McCartney died and replaced him with somebody who looked like him and had just as much talent? Yeah, whatever." People will believe anything, right? Again, 80 million people.
Right.
But so I text my son the YouTube video I just watched. I'm like, this reminds me back in the day when you were obsessed for like a few months about Paul was dead. He had researched everything. And so he laughed. He goes, "Funny enough, I just watched a video yesterday about this." Because, if you watch into it, it's kind of funny if you like fake conspiracy theories of, this, what people will believe, what they want to perceive in a photo.
Well, Paul's dead. Avril Lavigne's dead. Who else is dead? A bunch of imposters,
right? Jim Morrison's still alive, also alive. Warner Brothers killed Prince. I mean,
right. Elvis is alive for sure. Like,
maybe we should have that. We wouldn't be music based. It'll be like, what's your favorite musical rumor?
What's your favorite musical conspiracy theory?
Who's your favorite member of the 27 Club?
Right.
That'd be cool, actually.
That would be cool. To like kind of glom onto what you're talking about, I put my hat there real quick because this is a reference to my wife. Her number one band of all time is Beatles.
Wow. So you must do it a lot in your house then.
I've been saying for a long time, your wife is a lot smarter than you are.
Oh, she's crazy smarter. She's batshit crazy smarter than me. But no, she loves the Beatles and she loves everything Beatles. She loves Wings. She loves George Harrison. She loves the John Lennon, solo stuff and George Harrison. And we collect vinyl. So we went to this record store and I found Imagine and I grabbed it secretly and threw it in the middle of my albums that I bought. We brought it home and I'm like, I got something great for you. I was not prepared for this album.
Yeah, it's a good album, man.
Part of it is. Do you know about this album?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a whole documentary.
Is there a bunch of Yoko?
It's one song John Lennon, one song Yoko, one song John Lennon, one song Yoko. You flip it over, Yoko, John Lennon, Yoko. So it's not fucking listenable.
So you're right. It's half a great album.
All right.
And
there's a documentary you can watch on YouTube about the making of Imagine, and it's pretty freaking cool. But
the guy was a genius. I'm not stupid. I'm not a hard R. The guy, all of those guys were insanely fucking talented.
And think about when they broke up. I think Paul McCartney was 27, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're fucking young, and they put out like 6 amazing albums with how many years? Like, fuck.
Yeah, I hope it didn't come across that I dislike them. I like them all. I just don't find myself ever like, I should listen to the Beatles.
Which I find interesting.
I don't search their music out to listen to.
Me either.
Right.
I do all the time. I listen to them night and day.
And that's cool.
I'm spotty on the George and John stuff. I still think McCartney is a better songwriter than John.
I would take Paul over John. I do like George. Though.
I mean, Paul's
I would take George over all of them.
I would take George over John. I mean, and Jimmy, I think you've come far in the last few years about Ringo being a great drummer.
Yeah, Yeah, he's
I
amazing.
mean, you used to think, but yeah, I mean, the stuff you were talking about before in one of our shows. Actually, people you'll see in the future because this is coming out on this Saturday. But you were talking about drummers who play in the pocket and then they overplay when they need to overplay.
Yeah, absolutely,
That was Ringo.
absolutely.
Nick Mason, yeah.
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 Right.
And just he had a presence to him that probably even overshadowed his playing. If that
I
makes
think so.
sense.
Yeah.
I
I think also too when you're paired with those other three guys, and no offense, but you're the drummer, so you're not going to get as much stardom, right? Because he's not really singing. He sings a couple songs, that's about it. But you're being overshadowed by those three guys. Of course, you're going to probably not appreciated by a lot of people for your craft.
When you say stardom, do you mean sharkydom? But no.
What you said about him not overplaying, I think I saw an interview with Alice Cooper recently talking about that was the greatness about the Beatles. They all were like that.
Yeah.
Right.
They got in, did what they had to, and then overplayed only when they needed to, and then got out and let the next, they didn't get in each other's way. That's what he said, something like that. They didn't get in each other's way.
Well, hold on. Time out. They all got in George's way.
Yeah,
Wow,
true.
okay.
Yes, that is true. They did get George's way. I agree.
George,
I don't know them well enough to say that. I'm just
amazing
going by what I heard.
song I want to bring to you, and they're like, "Hey, you get 2 songs in the album. We'll get to yours."
Just remember, George quit the band.
Right, several times.
He's got his dick stuck in you.
And not to be
I got my dick stuck in you.
no, not to be that hard, but I will listen to Beatles anytime. I love the Beatles. They're one of my favorite top 5 bands, easily.
Wow.
Really?
Top 3 bands.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't make my top 30.
Yeah, mine
They don't make
either.
my
But
top
I'm learning.
100.
I am learning.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
See, they're one of those bands. It's kind of like Prince's Around the World Today. It's one of those when I listen to, especially the drug years like Revolver on, I can still listen. I can still listen to those albums with my headphones on and hear things I've never heard before.
Right.
The only
I can
Beatles
appreciate
album,
them. Sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
I said I can appreciate them because I know what they mean in history and I can see
Yeah.
what they like for people back then, what they sounded like.
Oh, I know how much
different
my
than
mom
everything else.
loved them, and
But I personally really just don't listen to their I was
Sure.
gonna say I don't enjoy their music. I don't search, like I said, I don't search. But I can understand what they mean in the world of rock and roll.
Like I think I get one because that's how I feel about the Rolling Stones. I'm not a fan of the Rolling Stones. Don't like. I think personally, I know it's sacrilegious. I just say they're overrated blues band, but I understand their place in history and why they're important.
Right.
But again, I'm like you guys. I don't listen to them.
Well, Charlie Watts is kind of like Ringo, right? He's just back there doing his thing.
No, that's.
I would say Ringo's much better, but
I agree.
Yeah.
I
can play Charlie Watts stuff, and I'm not a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a mystique about them, though. The Stones have a mystique about them. They're legendary.
Right. No, my point was he's overshadowed by the two main guys, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, and when they're legendary. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, gonna go back to Revolver. That is, and then I'll come back to Charlie Watts. That is the only Beatle album that I would search out and own. I do not own it yet. I haven't searched it out. But the greatest in my mind, I know they have a huge catalog, but the greatest Beatles song, if we ever do a Beatles show, it's going to be Taxman. That
dude, it's a good guitar line too.
And then to talk about what Chris was talking about, what they do for music, I fought it like a child.
Well, I mean, why do you think you fought it?
Because I don't know.
Just nonconformist?
No, I mean, kind of, but no. It's just like everyone growing up was like, the Beatles did this, the Beatles did that, the Beatles are this, and you don't understand the Beatles, they're this. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
And then now, dude, I just turned 54, as you guys might have noticed on Spotify, or not Spotify, but Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, Dink.
May you Dave grow old.
Right. But now that I'm older, I also have a wife that doesn't let me have my adolescent, childlike views of things, does not let me stay in that pocket. And she brings things to me, and no, you don't understand. We've watched all of the documentaries, the one with Rick Rubin, mind-blowing, and that episode, or that documentary, kind of started making wheels change, because he had the mixing tape strip, and then started throwing it on there and isolating things, and I'm like, fuck, dude, that is amazing. I was wrong. I'm wrong. I am wrong.
Holy shit.
They're still not the greatest
Well, you are a husband, so I mean, it makes sense.
Right?
That might be the highlight of this show.
But I can admit it. They did so much. Okay, I come from a sound engineering background. Went to recording school. I was a musician, blah, fucking blah. But being able to break down music and listen to what they did versus what they had at the time.
Right.
They pushed the envelope so much and brought us to modern music. And I can appreciate that now. And I said that on the air, and people can hear this, and I can say that I was wrong. I'm still not a Beatles fan, but I can give them the utmost respect and thank them for what I have now.
We've talked about before, like all bands, or artists who are, or singers who have died, who affect us, and obviously, Dink, you're talking about, Hutchins, and obviously me with Prince. And when Prince died, literally, I'm not exaggerating. At least 20 people texted me that day going, "Are you okay? You okay?"
Yeah, I believe it.
I was one.
But the other person that will affect me, and one was Bowie, and the other, and when Paul's 80, 81, when Paul finally goes, that will be a tough day. Because that means an entire, I think in my mind, and everyone's different, in my mind, an entire era is going to be gone. Yeah, yes, I know, say if Ringo's still alive, no offense, Ringo, that entire era is done. Even if, and somehow Keith Richards are still alive, at some point.
He'll outlive us. Like,
they're pickled. That'll be a tough day.
Jenny and I have had this conversation many times. I said, "Who is the last Beatle standing?" And she said, "It's fucking Ringo."
Yeah, I think so.
With that tone, it's fucking Ringo.
I think so too.
She said he's a cockroach. He'll live forever, and Paul should live forever.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
Yeah,
he's a cockroach.
I mean, like we said, talked before. We talked about he's Joel Walsh's brother-in-law, and I think Joel Walsh is going to live to be very old too. And that dude's done a lot of drugs, man.
And he's getting to the point of Ozzy where he's kind of inaudible.
Yeah, he's been inaudible, but he still plays a mean fucking guitar, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
And I ended up liking this band without knowing who they were. So then I looked at them and started listening to their music on Spotify. It's a total right turn from the stuff I mentioned before. It's hard, heavy, new metal kind of sound, current new metal kind of sound.
Yes. I like them.
And it's the only time it's happened, but I got a message from their account.
Yeah.
And the guy said, "Hey, thanks for the follow. How did you hear about us?" So I had to be upfront, right? Because I never heard of them.
Yeah.
They're from San Antonio, Texas. The band's called Memory of a Melody. I think I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, you did.
And I told him the truth. And he goes, "Oh, right on. Yeah, we're really hoping everything works out for Professor Rock." It was right during the whole thing with him fighting the copyright stuff. "Have you had a chance to listen to our stuff?" I said, "I'm diving in right now." So, and that was true. So their latest single, Serpent, that they released in June, kind of digging this. They've released a bunch of songs since last October, and their full EP comes out September 5th. There's only one more song left to release. Burn Alive off their 2020 EP is really good too. So I swapped messages with this guy, and it was Wade, the guitarist. And he said, so I introduced myself, and he's like, great to meet you, Dink. And I'm Wade, the guitarist. I man our Instagram feed, or sometimes it's our singer, Mario. Like I said, they're Texas guys. Yeah. And like I said, so I started listening to their music, some of their older stuff. And then I started reading up on the band. I didn't tell him this, but Chris, you'll find this kind of interesting. So they had a long hiatus, and I didn't want to ask why they haven't put out music in a while, but they're back together and put music, and it's been over a decade since they've really done anything. September 11th, they had an album called Things That Make You Scream. Yeah. It was produced by Brian Scott. So Brian Scott is the lead singer of Cult of Follow and the Union Underground. I love
Union Underground.
I love Union Underground.
Yeah.
Turn Me On, Mr. Deadman, and Across the Nation, the wrestling song. Right. Yep. So I don't know if then they're from San Antonio as well. And I didn't ask them because he produced their first album, and maybe they're friends, maybe there's a falling out, maybe it was a one-off deal. But I thought that's really cool. And they kind of have a similar hard, heavy Texas sound, right? And I was like, oh shit. So I've been listening to those guys. If I'm not listening to that Southern, more chill stuff, I've been listening to these guys. And I wanted to give them a nod because of the way we met. And I messaged Ian about it and sent it to him and a couple other guys. I'm like, check these guys out. And somehow they just didn't, like, maybe because of their hiatus, or they're not big enough that they just weren't on my radar, but they're totally on my radar now. So
what I've forgotten the name already. What's
Memory of a Melody.
Yeah, their first album came out in 2011. Looks like it. They've been really active since 2021.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm glad that I stumbled upon them. I'm happy to be listening to them. It was cool. I talked to that guy, and that could have been a one-off. I'm not going to keep in touch or whatever. Yeah. But like a good stumble, and I'm glad they're in my rotation now. So because when I want to listen to something heavy, I know they're current. I know they're getting back together. I know they're probably, if they stay together, they're going to put out some new stuff, and I'm going to follow them. So
when are they? When are releasing that last song? You said
September 5th.
Oh, okay.
There's the last song on their current EP. All the rest of the ones have been like slowly released since October, and then the full EP will be out. But most of the songs are already out. But it's good. It's like, and Jimmy, I think you'll really like it, but Chris, you'll like it too. It's got a Union Underground kind of sound, right? Like
that mid to late 90s.
Yeah. As soon as I read that, I was like, why does this guy's name sound familiar? I'm like, oh, Union Underground. Oh, yeah, I fucking love it. If we ever do a 2000 show, Turn Me On, Mr. Deadman is going to be in consideration for my top. I fucking love that song.
Yeah, I had that album. I really CD, but I call everything.
Yeah,
album.
Same here.
I had that album, and it was a really good album. It was of the time, but yeah, I love the album.
Totally. And these guys are almost of that time, like their sound, like it's a little more modern, but same kind of like right in my threshold of screaming. Like solid guitar work, good drums. Like I think you guys will like it. Like it's heavy, but it's.
I'm gonna check it out for sure, and not even music related. Just going through and looking at their discography. Whoever does their art direction, it's got a great eye, man. It's some
I love that green blue face of the girl.
Yeah.
On there, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to shut our show down without mentioning them because I had made a note, like make sure you bring this up, because I thought it was, like I said, just kind of a neat story for us. It happened to me, but what happens to me, for any of us, happens to all of us, right? So I said, check out the podcast if you so desire. And he goes, yeah, I'll check it out, Danko. It's great to meet you, and like, thanks for following along and checking out our music and stuff. And that's the right attitude for a band, right? Rather than fuck off, little nobody.
And I don't think you'll understand how hard. I mean, yes, it's easier to make it. It's no easier. It's harder because there's more white noise nowadays.
Right.
I mean, and plus you got to be like, video. I mean, you have to be in charge of your own identity. You got to be doing all these videos all the time and every single social media. I'm just thinking about being a band now. Just thinking about it exhausts me.
Yeah, and it looks like I said, they are manning it themselves, or a combination of guys in the band, and they're doing a great job from being out of it and back in it for the last few years. Their stuff's good. Like their socials are good, and the music is good. I like the music. So.
Never add them to my Apple Music, so
yeah.
I just added them to my Spotify.
Right.
To piggyback what Joe was just saying, I mean, we're older gents. Musically, we grew up before social media, so everything was word of mouth, flyers. When you're at Perkins at 3:00 in the morning, oh yeah, I'm in a band. Check us out. We're playing at the Mirage next weekend, or we're playing at Ryan's. Come check us out. It was all word of mouth, which is the modern version of social media,
right?
And it's way more intense than what we had to do. We had to do face-to-face social.
Yeah, I remember
action.
City to city dropping off my freaking physical, what do you call it? Record pack.
Do you remember? You're talking about promo packs?
Yeah, your promo pack.
I fucking hated promo packs.
And I remember, but I have fond memories because remember the first time I got played on the radio was in Topeka, Kansas, of all places, and they played us right after a solo song. Misery, which is my favorite solo song, and they play us right after Misery, and boom, it's like right on the radio. And then we go down south to Kansas, where we had started to get like a following, and hear us on the radio like we're giant rock stars. Like, oh, you're next. It's Colorblind coming this September 20th. It's like, we're just a band from Minneapolis. Yeah. It was great, hard work, physical work. But now I think it's harder though because I get to do so much white noise.
There's so much noise. It's so many artists.
Work. And you got to make experts in every kind of medium. You do.
Yeah. Well, can I explain promo pack real quick?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. So a promo pack was a tape or a CD of your music.
Yeah.
It was a headshot or a group shot.
Yeah.
A mission statement, if you will, written letter.
It's a resume for a band.
Yeah. And what you were trying to hopefully achieve with playing at X venue. And you had to have however many copies of these. We used to go into bars just to hand out promo packs.
Yeah.
And it was fucking annoying. And they're like, great. And they would throw it in their circular fire.
Well, I remember way back in the day when my first
frisbee.
The first band I started getting bigger into my area where I'm hearing he was like, oh, hold on a second, I'll get you 3 more gigs while we're just sitting here talking. And all of a sudden he gets on the phone and he explains us to these other clubs in 3 different states that we're 3 different sounding bands. One band, we sound like Rush. We sounded nothing like Rush. Next guy you talk to, we sound like Led Zeppelin. Whatever that
area was looking for
was his favorite. That's what we sounded like. I'm like, okay. So in other words, you're just bullshitting, non-bullshitting, because if they expect Rush, you're not Rush. So that's part of promo packs and people calling, your manager calling, and oof.
Oh yeah, and it was a bonus if they got a sticker in there.
So I'll say this: if you wanted to do legwork, it was much easier. Nowadays, you're just getting lost in a sea of noise.
Sorry.
Yeah,
we need a road trip to Texas to go see those guys.
Yeah. If they're coming up north sometime, we gotta go see them.
Right.
Remind me to talk about this after we stop recording. I have an idea. I have an idea.
Well, maybe that's a good time for us to quit, so we can hear about Jimmy's dirty idea.
Jimmy's OnlyFans idea.
We want to thank everybody for showing up on this monthly episode of Queued Up. This is August's version of this episode. You'll see we'll have one every month, so we'll have one September, October. Again, just a real quick bit of us conversation. You guys be part of the conversation in the comments, no matter what platform it is. Be part of that, because like I said before in previous episodes of our weekly show, we'd like to have a conversation at every episode about our user comments. We're going to be doing that very soon, so give us something to talk about. Give us your comments, give us your list, give us your topics, and we'll talk about it. I'm sure whatever you can think of, we have an opinion about it. So,
one of us does.
All of us do, I think. But my name is Joe. His name is Jimmy. His name is Dink. His name is Chris. And this is Just Frank. And this has been Queued Up. We love you. Go fuck yourself.
Thank you. Come back. Watch, listen, subscribe. Hit the bell.
Come back.
Hit the bell. Big fucking bell.
Come back.
Wait for Dave to say something.
Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Edited and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.